As what is up, everyone? Back at it again with another every position tier list. So this is gonna be every role, and in my opinion, which champions are the best in each position. And I'm gonna make it really simple for you guys. And we're gonna start from the very top and end at the support category. And I'm gonna explain why I think these champions are OP and why I think you guys should currently be playing one of these champions. So for starters, I got most of my stats from Law Analytics plus U.GG. I just kind of skimmed over every position and I just compare what I think has good statistics. And I don't read directly into win rate. I look at like play rate, ban rate, and a lot of other factors into why I think these champions are great. And personally, from my personal opinion, I use that to heavily give me a great outcome and result of what my tier list looks like. So let's go start from very top. Top lane, top lane, top lane. Top lane sucks right now. Personally, I think I always play bot side when I play League of Legends. I just think top lane right now, champions that do really well are champions that can do really well in isolation, champions that can play weak side and don't really need that many resources. So we're going to start from Aatrox. Aatrox is actually performing really well. I think he does great in this area where you don't really need to gank for Aatrox. Aatrox by himself does so much, and he gets a lot of value by himself with his item spikes being very, very strong. So I've been seeing a lot more Aatrox. I recommend picking him up. I think he's a great champion. I think he's only going to go get better as the patches go on. Darius has been a pub stomper. He's been OP for so long. I'm surprised he hasn't been nerfed yet. I personally am really sick of seeing Darius in my games. He's actually so OP with Ghost and Flash, and I think he does really well in isolation. So even if top lane impact's not that much, he doesn't necessarily have to impact the rest of the map. He just stomps his lane so hard that you're kind of forced into either coming to Darius and taking a bad fight, or just getting run over by Darius with his 5 stack bleed ulti. Next is Olaf. Olaf is also the same. I think he's very good weak side. You just don't really have to pay attention to him. This is what I think champions shine really well, are the ones that can play weak side well. And also Olaf, I don't know if it's so many one tricks top lane playing Olaf top. He does a lot better at top lane than he does jungle. And I've seen a lot of Olaf doing very well as the top lane role. So I think he's a great pick still for top. Mordekaiser's that AP threat. I think he does really well into these like melee matchups top side. And he is also an incredible weak side champion, so that's why he's up there. Does really well into bruisers, does really well as like a Herald fight champion. So he has a lot of strengths, and I think he does really well in this meta. He hasn't been touched, he's just been buffed over and over. So I think Mordekaiser is a great fit for you if you're looking for an AP top laner to play. Shen has gotten a slight buff, and I actually think Shen is in a really nice spot because the current meta is definitely bot lane favored. So if you play Shen, you're obviously not playing a win lane too hard, but you have good matchups where I've seen Shen top literally win lanes with Ignite Flash. So Shen is a great champion if you're trying to play that supportive role top lane and looking for those fights ball side to ulti and change the impact of the game. Jungle right now is it's a very feast role. I think champions that can either camp or gank bot are doing really well, and also champions that can abuse these early objectives are doing really well too. So Belle is actually an interesting champion. What I personally, I don't like playing her, but I gotta give her some respect. She's doing really well. Her true damage, her scaling, her objective control is generally pretty good. She gets one objective going, she just gets the ball rolling, and it's hard to stop the ball once it kind of gets rolling with her Herald pushes and oppressive, gameplay. So Belle's done really well. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a nerf on her. So I wouldn't recommend playing her because I think she's kind of gimmicky. But if you like that kind of style, definitely a great pickup. Rek'Sai, obviously the queen. I think she's the best jungler in the game right now. Stats back it up. I'm a one trick, but my opinion might be biased, but I think she's a great jungler. I would love to see more people playing Rek'Sai, so I highly recommend you play her. If you want to get better at her, check me out, twitch.tv/Inori, and you're going to learn everything you need to know about the queen, the best jungler in the game, Rek'Sai herself. Next up, Trundle. Trundle is always my recommendation for low elo people. I think he's great, even going up to higher elo, and he's incredibly good and competitive. He's just really tanky, beefy. You just do these early paths that can either get you a gank, or you just play kind of just get through early game. I think he's a great scaling champion, so Trundle is my recommendation for those people who just want an easy jungler to play. Elise similar to Rek'Sai is my AP recommendation choice. I think she actually benefits a lot in this meta. I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot more people picking up Elise because I think she's very underrated. I think she's S plus, best AP jungler for sure, even better than Diana. I think her conditions of winning through ball lane and just ganking bot spam, ganking bot, even ganking mid is just really free. I have a lot of great success playing Elise recently. So highly recommend try out Elise if you want to play that AP ganking slash diving jungler. Kane Blue is dog poop terrible. Don't try it. Kane Red is actually very strong. It's carrying his win rate very hard. Red Cane, I hate it. I don't like playing against it. I want it to get nerfed. So hopefully Riot actually does nerf it in the future. But Red Cane is very impressive. He's very strong in the right situation. So if you want to play Cane, check out these Conquer pages and definitely try to go Red Cane if you ever have the right situation for it. Mid lane picks. So mid lane, personally, in my opinion, the champions that can hold their own and impact the rest of the map are very strong too. Vex, I think, is very great. Her playstyle is very simple, but is also very efficient. I think she synergizes really well with junglers, and I think she's a great champion for those for those players who want to play more of the artillery stay back kind of mid champion style. Vladimir has actually rised a lot in win rate. I think he might be getting close to being more OP. There was some guy who's made a post about how to play mid bad, and I think Vlad is just extremely strong right now for scaling. If you want to play that scaling mid AP champ style, I highly recommend going into Vladimir. I think his win rate's only going to get better as the patches continue. Zed has always been performing well. After the energy bust, I do think he's super broken. He's even better low elo than he is high elo, but looking at stats, looking at gameplay wise, I think if you're actually decent at Zed, he's very strong. People might always joke like, yo, Zed is a troll pick. No, Zed is actually strong. He does a lot of damage, and he's a very snowball champion right now. He's definitely my recommendation for the AD assassin mids you guys want to play. Zed is the go-to. So give Zed a try if you're trying to play an AD assassin. Otherwise, these AP choices in the list are just chef's kiss. Incredibly good. So Zoe just got buffed. I'm a Zoe lover, and not in the sexual way. That's very weird. I just love Zoe with Rek'Sai. I think Zoe's incredibly strong mid champ. Highly underrated pick. People definitely are going to jump on this because I think Zoe's so strong. Quality buff life. Her W, her bubbles, the ones that if your ally kills it, you don't get a summoner spell. It doesn't happen anymore. You do get the summoner spell now if you pop it as your ally or anyone in the area, as long as Zoe's nearby. And her E damage got buffed. I think she's a great pickup. Highly recommend Zoe if you're into that kind of stuff. And for the last one, Sylas. His healing's oppressive. He's an impressive champion. If he has good ultis, all Sylas needs is 2 good ultis in the game to be one of the best champions in the game. So if he has like an Ahri mid or a Nala support, I think Sylas is so broken. He's very ulti reliant, so as long as you have 2, you're good to go. Maxing W first is very oppressive. Once he gets rank 5 W, it's a 4-second cooldown, so he just completely out sustains everyone. So I think he's a great champion to play if you're into that style, and also I think he's going to get nerfed soon. Fingers crossed, so hopefully we won't see too much Sylas in the future. AD carry category. ADs that have been performing well are pretty diverse, honestly. These are the outstanding picks, I think, but I think they're all pretty great right now. I think there's a lot of great options for AD carry role for people who's trying to carry the game. Draven got nerfed a little bit, 5 damage off his Q. XD, that doesn't change anything. He's still a really impressive champion. I highly dislike playing against Draven, but he's still super strong, so we gotta give him that shout out. Very easy to abuse him right now. Jhin is a skillful yet so delicate flower of an AD carry. Jhin kills you in style. I really like Jhin. I really like watching Jhin play, and I think he's really in a great spot right now. He's been in a pretty decent spot. So if you like Jin's theme and everything, I highly recommend you guys get into some Jhin action in the bot lane. Samira's I think Samira is really great. If you pair her with the support that's engaged, I think they can definitely win the lane really hard bot. Samir's my go-to AD when I have to play AD carries a Phil, and I actually just absolutely love her, and I think she's incredibly strong right now as like the aggressive diving AD carry. So Samir, great pick, great option. Sivir, still super impressive, still super broken. Since the hotfix nerf, she's still very broken. So Sivir, what is there to say? She does it all. She engages, she pokes, she CS's a million CS per minute. She hits 5 people with her boomerang. There's too much she can do. She does it all great. King, queen of all trades. Highly recommend Sivir. Twitch, same thing. I think Twitch is very unique though, but Twitch is also still a very strong champion. So these are the Rat's a great option too if you're trying to play it. But these are my AD carry recommendations. All of them are great picks, so just pick whichever that you think you'll have the most fun playing. Support's a bit interesting. Enchanters did get nerfed, but some enchanters still really outshadow a lot of the other ones. Like Renata, I think in the right hands is very destructive. She's very strong. She denies any sort of engaged comp. So any team's drafting a very heavy engaged comp, Renata is your pick to just completely deny that, deny diving, all that kind of stuff. In those situations, she's the best support in the game for sure. Next, Amumu. Amumu's my go-to engage support right now. I think he's rising really fast through the ranks. sliding his way through it. I think Amumu support is very strong now. Great pick. My recommendation for engaged support would be the Amumu. He's the better Nihilist now that he filled that niche that Nihilist used to have, but now he is the one who does it a lot better. So Amumu, great support pick. Janna is my enchanter girl. She's my enchanter that I play when I play her. I think she's great. The right hands, I think Janna support is very impressive. She denies a lot of engaged champions, and she's really, really one of the few supports that can still easily peel and keep the AD alive through a lot of the disgusting damage that happens in the late game. Lulu, same thing. I think those Janna and Lulu are the best enchanter supports in the game right now. I think they're both great. So if you're an e-girl, these two supports are my recommendations. I think they're great for you. Definitely climb with whoever you're doing with or by yourself as well. I think they do great independently. As long as you understand how to keep your distance and understand how to utilize your ultis on good timings, I think Lulu and Janna are great support picks. Blitzcrank, Pike. I want to put Pike here too. I think these two are interchangeable. I think these two supports are those hook supports that are still really good. So if you like those hook engaged champions, Pike or Blitz are definitely the support picks for you. But overall support role I think is really good around roaming. Every time if you can win lane, that's great. But if you can roam a lot, impact the rest of the map, I think that's what really shines as the support role. So those are the things I want you guys to remember when you're playing support. Just really try to impact the map. Win lane isn't everything. Win lane is good, but just being smart about lane, smart about jungle pressure is how you're going to win the game. And that's going to be my all position tier list. I hope you guys like that video. If your champion isn't there, you can leave a comment below, and I'll definitely answer you guys there and reply about what I think is good about that champion and bad and stuff like that. So that's my tier list. Hope you guys liked it. If you disagree, let me know why, and I'll see you guys in the next one. But also, yeah, be sure to like and subscribe, and let me know what you think in comments below. All right, that's enough. All right, bye.